But are GOP donors looking at it this way? The new campaign shakeup could be making some donors worried. Perhaps. Joe Trippi, Democratic campaign consultant, Mercedes Schlapp, former George W. Bush spokesperson. They are both Fox News contributors. And David Drucker, senior correspondent from the Washington Examiner and host of Examining Politics podcast, all joining me. And thank you all. Let me begin with Mercedes. Does the appointment of Steve Bannon perhaps put off those moderate GOP donors who say, wait a minute, you're going just a little too far to the right for me to kick in some money?
Well, I think it's a mixed bag for the donors. I think that Bannon is an unconventional pick. However, I would say that Kellyanne Conway has strong relationship with the establishment Republicans, so I think that what donors are going to be looking at right now is this shakeup going to work? The donors like to see a winning campaign. Are we going to start seeing a shift in the poll numbers? What has been fascinating for Donald Trump is the fact that he has been able to raise millions of dollars based on small donors. Which is very effective, and it is a selling point for Donald Trump.
Joe, let me go to you, a Democratic campaign consultant. Does poor poll numbers hurt when it comes to getting donations to your campaign? Do people, to Mercedes' points, they want to back a winner? Does it hurt?
Well, bad poll numbers always do hurt and put a damper on particularly big donors who look at those things and aren't just assuaged by being, strong grassroots heat coming at them that they want to support with $10, $25. I think it's why Trump's doing better with grassroots money. But the real problem is what other races out there start attracting those donors. Tough Senate races that are where a senator may be behind but within range of keeping the seat. That's Trump is now competing with a lot of the Senate races that he's helped put in play. So those dollars are not, as they look at his poll numbers dwindle, unless he can turn the race around, unless this Bannon the change really starts to show results, starts to show poll results. I think you're going to see a lot of that money move to other races, Senate races in particular, to try to hold on.
So, David, is it a risky move to bring in Kellyanne Conway, Steve Bannon? Does that, especially this close to the election, some 80 days are out, is it a risky move?
Well, look, I'd look at it like this. I mean, winning presidential campaigns usually don't have two shakeups within a few months, and certainly not a shakeup this close to the election. And they've elevated two people that have never run a presidential campaign. And Kellyanne Conway, a very experienced Republican operative with a lot of know-how, has still never served in this role, and Bannon's never served in any role. So, we'll see how it goes. I think what the major donors are going to be looking for is how does Trump perform? If it's more of the same campaign rallies with the same off-the-cuff remarks that get him into trouble, which lead to depressed poll numbers or him basically staying where he is, over time they're just not going to see him as a worthy investment. They're not going to give. Trump's loyal base, to Mercedes' point, will keep giving because they believe in him no matter what. I think the key is, can this campaign function differently in the age of data analytics and field when starting at such a late date? I mean, they're just going on the air on television at the end of this week after being blasted for months, and they don't have much time. Absentee voting begins September 9th when North Carolina mails out ballots, and a whole host of states follow suit. And so it's a bigger, the schedule is much more accelerated than people realize.
It really is. We shall see. November's just around the corner.